What's up, guys? Welcome back to The Joint. Alright, so tonight, all we're doing is we're just going to load up some tobacco into a pipe. We're going to pour a glass of whiskey, and that's all we're going to do. That's it. It's been a really long time since I was able to actually put something up on the channel here. And I just wanted everybody to know that, I haven't caught coronavirus or anything like that lately. I don't actually drink Corona, so I don't think I have to worry about anything. What's that? Oh, Corona beer doesn't cause coronavirus. Crap. I'm glad that somebody just told me that. Anyway, I'm still here. Things are still good. Things are still busy. But I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, finally, with this project. So I'm going to go ahead and just load up this little Calabrese pipe here with some Peterson Luxury Blend. This is a blend that I have had in the cabinet for quite some time, probably close to a year, maybe more if I'm not mistaken. And I'm gonna load that up and smoke it, and I will also be sipping on some Woodford Reserve. As a matter of fact, let's just go ahead. Excuse me. It's been a super long time since I had any whiskey, so I think it's about time to do this. Alright, so we're back. We got that out of the way. Before we get too far, let's just say cheers to you guys. Oh, that's so good. And it's been too long. Ooh. Alright, next order of business is let's get some Peterson Luxury Blend loaded up into the pipe. I've got a camera situated here so that hopefully, you can see what I'm doing as I'm loading this bad boy up, but you can see my pipe loading method is mainly the old geezer grab it and stuff it method. Nothing more fancy than that. It's just plain and simple, and it's never, ever, ever let me down. I mean, granted, it's taken me years of practice to know how far to press it, how hard to press and how much to pack and where to stop. It's kind of a muscle memory type of a thing at this point, or I don't know, just see, like right now, that's not enough. Let's pack in a little bit more, shall we? All right. That's better. That is what we are talking about. Oh, all right. So now what we got to do is get this bad boy lit up, and then I'll just kind of randomly ramble. I can hear the dogs running around upstairs. Sounds like there's quite a bit of excitement going on, but not down here. I got the door locked. I will not be interrupted because this is my solace time. This is my time with the jointers, the joint people, the people who like to smoke joints. I mean, smoke in the joint. Alright, guys. Let me get comfortable here. Grab my whiskey and have a sip. Now, I've made a couple of acquisitions since the last time I made a video. Now, the first of which is what you are seeing me on right now. So up until now, I've been using my DJI Osmo Action, which is a great camera. It takes great video. The image stabilization in this sucker is amazing, honestly. I don't know how they do it. However, I have found as I just turn it off and make a bunch of noise, I have found that sometimes it's a little bit much. Meaning, how do I put it? It's a little bit, it's got a really wide angle. I don't know. It has its pros, and there's definitely no way I'm gonna stop using it because it really is a great little camera. However, what you will notice right now is that I can move my head this way, or I can move my head this way, or I can move my head this way. Sorry, guys. Went to Mars there for a second, but I'm back now. Don't worry. Got t-shirts for everybody. Anyhow. So what I got here is a DJI Osmo Pocket. Now what I'm going to do is just I'm going to turn on the Osmo Action here and just do a little recording here. So what you'll notice is that as I move my head, it follows me. It's got face track. I don't know if you can see this on the camera here, but it's a very nice feature, especially when you're a doofus like me, and you tend to move around or do this or that or this. Ooh, ooh. So I think it's pretty nice. It allows me a little bit more freedom to not have to be so stuffy and stuck in one camera angle because it just moves. Plus it's gimbal stabilized, so get that going for me now that I've totally let my pipe go out. Alright, so that's out of the way. Next order of business. Let's talk a little bit about this Peterson Luxury Blend. This is it's actually a pretty good blend. I've been hitting this hard lately. When I got it, it was a little wet, and so I think what I wound up doing, I forgot that I did this, was I stuck basically the whole tin on a paper plate and nuked it in the microwave for, I don't know, 20-25 seconds and dried it out just a little bit. I forgot that I had done that. And this stuff is like right now the perfect moisture content. It's just a little on the dry side, but it smokes all the way down. Zero relights. I mean, shoot, I was watching TV the other night, smoking a pipe, and I didn't even tamp it. It just burned all the way down. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just sitting there watching, shoot, I don't know what it was, Better Call Saul or something like that. Just smoked all the way down. Didn't even think about tamping it because it never became an issue, which surprised me, honestly. So, what's in this? And I am reading this description off of pipesandscigars.com because the tin is now glued up on my wall of fame up above me here. And so I no longer have access to the... Well, I guess the 10 description is on the front for this one. But anyway, whatever. I've got it pulled up. We're going to do this. Peterson Luxury Blend combines sweet flue-cured tobaccos with smooth burleys and a lightly sweet steamed black Cavendish. To this mixture, a scintillating note of orange is added and is further sweetened with honey and vanilla. Mellow yet uniquely flavorful Luxury Blend is great. It's a great example of European-style aromatics. Well, I'm not in the bathroom, so I'm clearly not a peon, but that was a terrible joke. Get it? European when you're in the bathroom. Oh, gosh, I'm terrible. Okay, and you know what? I'll buy the orange. I'll probably even buy the honey and the vanilla. Yeah. When I smell this jar, I get all of that. Now, when I smoke this tobacco, do I get it? Well, I can definitely tell you I can taste the burley. There is some burley in there, no doubt. And you can tell that there is some Virginia, some flue-cured Virginia in there. There's no doubt about that. I'm not entirely certain that I'm getting a whole lot of the orange coming through. I can't say that I'm getting that. Maybe a little bit of the honey. But for the most part, I would say that to call this an aromatic, maybe that's why they call it a European-style aromatic, because I don't necessarily know that I would truly call this an aromatic. I don't know. Maybe I'm off base there. But usually when I think aromatic, I think of something that's, clearly been muddled with. I mean, this smells nice, but, it's not like goopy and nasty, and it never was. I mean, full disclosure, I just said I did dry it out in the microwave because it was wet, but that wasn't because it was gloopy wet from having crap added to it. It was just wet because, that's the way the tobacco was. That's the moisture content of the tobacco when they tinned it. So, that being said, it's a great blend. I've really been hitting it hard and enjoying it a lot lately. There we go. Pipe tobacco part of this video is whoosh, over. Now then, let me just close that so I'm not tempted to keep on staring at it because, I'll just sit here and do the whole video looking over that way, and then you'll be like, what the heck is he looking at? I'll drink to that. Okay, one last thing to talk about, and that would be this right here. Now, I am a fan of watches. And over the course of the past, I don't know, year, maybe year and a half, I've become quite the avid watch collector. And I am also a peruser of thrift stores and pawn shops. The other day, when I was in the pawn shop perusing, usually for guitars, I was looking actually for guitars, I came across this bad boy, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I got it for a couple $100, which really actually probably is about the going price. But that's okay, because it still is cool. What this is a Victorinox INOX with the stainless bracelet. And the it's kind of got like a olive drab face. This is probably my favorite watch to date. I mean, ever since I've bought this, I have worn this almost every day. I mean, I've had to force myself to put this in the watch box. Full disclosure, being perfectly honest with you. And this comes as a surprise to me because I usually hate bracelet watches. You know, you put it on and it tends to like pull your hair on your arm, and then you're like, ah, you know. And the problem is, sizing these bracelets is sometimes a pain in the neck. So when I found this, I decided to break down and buy a toolkit to actually properly size this. And once I got this thing properly sized, this is how big my wrist is. I got a small wrist, what can I say? Once I got this thing properly sized, this thing is very comfortable to wear. It is quite heavy. It is very heavy. But it's also, it's also rated to 200 meters. So, they marketed this as like a super tough watch. This isn't even the professional dive version. This is just the bargain basement model, right, of the INOX. But I have no idea what year this was made. The back plate here doesn't really tell me much about that. I mean, I did some looking, and you can still get these. Like, you can find one on Amazon that's very similar to this for about a couple $100. So what I guess I'm gonna do now, trying to keep this video somewhat brief. I don't want to make 40-minute videos anymore. That's just, nobody sits through a 40-minute video. We're getting to the end of this one, honestly. If you've sat through this video this long, I commend you. So this guy here, let's just get some vital stats. The overall width of this dude here is 48 millimeters, and lug to lug here we're going about 54 millimeters, and the thickness here is 14 millimeters, and it has a strap size of 21 millimeters. So if you wanted to, you could take this strap off of here. The bracelet, I guess I should say it's a bracelet, not a strap. But the nice thing also about this, it's got solid end links. It doesn't have the hollow, pressed ones. The other thing that you need to know about this, though, is that in order to get this strap off, you really are going to need to invest in a bracelet sizing kit. The kit that I got, it came with a press to press out the pins, and it also came with a tool that reaches down in these holes here. You can't quite see them on the camera there, but reaches down in the holes to take the pins out nice and easy. So I don't know, it's got a sapphire crystal, which is kind of nice. So far, like I said, I've worn this for probably 2 weeks now, and it still looks every bit as good as the day that I purchased it. It's a couple of scratches on the bezel here, but those were already there when I had purchased it. And, other than that, it's a very nice watch. I can't believe that I found something like this at a pawn shop in downtown Denver. Actually, the same pawn shop I went to buy my Switch Vibracell guitar, which I recorded a video about maybe like a year ago. So yeah, I usually just go in there looking for guitars, and I wound up leaving with what has become my favorite watch. And now, now that I've got a bracelet watch that's sized appropriately, here's what it looks like on my wrist. And actually, what I probably should do is show you the lume, the Swiss Army logo up here at the 12 o'clock position. It glows. Let me get this in the shot. Oh, it's trying to follow my head. Anyway, the Swiss Army logo up here at the top. It glows in the dark. The hour and the minute hand have lume on them, as well as the minute, or the 5-minute indicators, the little ticks up here. I don't know. I know that they have a term. It just escapes me right now. Anyway, they are lumed. It's not like super bright. It doesn't last super long. Is that really a problem for me? No, not really, but it's definitely... It leaves a lot to be desired when you compare it against a Seiko. The lume on all of my Seikos that I've got is absolutely... It is astoundingly good compared to this. It's good. It glows. It's fine. It lasts a little while. And if it's pitch black, it'll last for a couple of hours. You could still see it. But, it's not like super bright. For instance, my SKX, if you set that sucker in the sun even for like 20 seconds, you pull it out of the sun and you can see it glowing with all the lights on. Like, it's that bright. It is that bright. Seiko lume is just that good. Anyway, the lume on this is not that good now that I've wasted a whole 2.5 minutes talking about the lume. Get it together, Justin. God. Relight my pipe. Maybe that'll slow me down. This is how you relax, boys. Glass of whiskey in one hand and a pipe in the other. How about I change the mic that way you can actually hear me, right? Glass of whiskey in one hand and a pipe in the other. But remember, fellas, moderation. Drinking whiskey is not about getting drunk. It's about enjoying the process. It's much like smoking a pipe, except it's far more dangerous. You smoke a pipe, you don't smoke a pipe typically for a nicotine hit. If you want a nicotine hit, you go take a couple drags off a cigarette and then you're good. That's not why most people smoke a pipe. I don't drink whiskey to get drunk, and neither should you. Getting drunk is just stupid and irresponsible. It makes you feel terrible, makes you sick. It's just awful. Don't do it. It's horrible. However, a little bit of whiskey and a cigar, or a little bit of whiskey or cognac and a pipe, I tell you what, there's no better way to relax and just take your mind off of the world for 30 minutes. It's just the way to go. Get a quick tampon here. Get your tampon. I think that's going to be my new catchphrase. Welcome to Justin's Joint. Come on in and get your tampon. You guys are like, what the heck is wrong with this guy? All right, fellas. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and just call this a day. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. And until next time, right here in the joint. By the way, I've hit 200 subscribers, which is more than I ever thought I would hit. And I know I promised to do something special for 100. And I haven't done that yet. I will get it done. And, maybe I'm going to have to do something different now because I've hit 200. And maybe by the time I finally find time to get it done, the right way, I might be at 300. Who knows? But it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Till next time, right here in the joint. We will see you guys later.